I can do it from in-game, but I think it would just kind of help out a little bit more for a place to start. And I think that's good enough right now. So now what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to jump back over here, and I'm going to click back on field 1, and I'm going to show you how to put a field in. What we did is, you saw where I deleted all that stuff. We come over here, we opened up our field toolkit, we did create field. This is really slick this year. So then I'm going to do Control B. Oh, come on, where are you? There we go. All right, so there is our field in a nutshell and stuff. And what we're going to do from here is we're going to lay the field out. I just want a square field. So what I'm going to do is we're going to start it right there, kind of at the end where that road starts. And we're going to make this a pretty decent sized field. So I'm going to open up my polygon points. So that's 0.4, that's 0.3, and that's 0.2. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to look over here to the side because I want this to be square. And we are going to go to there. And then I'm going to take this and I'm going to copy that number. And here's why I'm going to copy that number. Because then I'm going to paste that number right there and let that catch up like that. So there we've got the start of a field. And now I'm going to take this and I'm going to move that over to, say, there. I'm going to take this number and I'm going to copy it, drop down to 0.4, and I'm going to put that on the y-axis. And there we go. Now I have my field with all my points that are set in and everything else. Trucker Jim 1963, thank you very much for the follow. I'm sorry, for whatever reason, my notifications aren't working and everything. Yeah, I don't know why they're not working. So thank you for the follow and everything. All right, so now we have done this. And actually, it's going to be kind of hard to do what I want to on this. Let me see. All right, let's see if we can still do this from here. All right, now I need to come over here and I need to do the terrain editing. We need to do the paint. So typically what I do is I do some sort of dirt or mud underneath so that my fields will stand out. So lately I've been using the mud and stuff. So we'll bring this over to here. And probably what I should have done is pick that up. Yeah, so you can make odd shaped fields too if you want. So, did you shut it off and turn it back on? Yeah, so that was the weird thing. When I went there, it wasn't even showing up because the sound alerts are working. But Streamlabs, I don't know if they had an update or something like that, because like I go to my CloudBot right there, and it shows it's active. We turn it off, we turn it back on when it wants to come back on. Yeah, so I just did it again. We'll see if it works. Hopefully it does. Let me see. Can I test? There used to be a way you could test your notifications to get the old one to pop up again. Don't forget. So yeah, so it shows that it's active, but we'll see what happens. So hey, T Miller, how we doing? Good to see you.
Hello there.
Hello there. How are you? So actually, what I'm gonna do, I got ahead of myself. We're gonna take this one out. We're gonna delete that, and the reason I'm gonna delete it is I'm actually gonna put the field in first. and then I will move that around. So we'll make our first corner here. We'll go like this.
Run.
I'm running. Yeah, it's the follows and stuff that don't seem to be working, or the raids. So that's the part that's giving us the issues. All right, so now, and like I said, this is all I do. I go through and I just paint this so that I can see what it is for the field, and then I'll bring that field tool back up and we'll put the field back in. So you can do odd shaped fields if you want. That field tool is really easy to be able to do those also. So that was a huge improvement on the way we used to have to do them. So it does make it nice at this point. All right. Well, it shows you raiding, Robin, but thanks for the raid, but yeah, it's not working. I don't know. It's Streamlabs being twitchy. It happens, unfortunately. I'll just have to keep my eyes open for raids and stuff that come in. So.
That's what you have competent moderators for, NBC.
Well, that too. I know. But, yes, I know. Blame me, Big Tigger. It's my fault. I'm sorry, Daddy. I'll get bigger. I'll get bigger. I'll get better.
Get bigger.
Yes. It's funny because I haven't had any issues right along, and then all of a sudden it just started in. But anyways, so now we've got this field. What I want to do now is I need to do terrain density, ground type. We want it to be Soud. Do we want a crop on there? Yeah. So what we're going to do, angles, we're going to keep those at 90 degrees. Spray type, we want it fertilized. Yep. And water. Okay, so that is interesting. They never had that before in the foliage type. So to me, that tells me that we have watered. Oh, that must be because of the rice, I wonder. That could be.
I would imagine so.
But yeah, anyways. So now we're going to do this here. I want that to be square. And this is going to be add. So we're going to go a little bit bigger. And you will see that it's going to plant this field just like that. And it's going to put it in a fertilized state. So now I will do this just like that. And I will have to check the, I want to say there was an XML for the fields too, but I'll have to double check to make sure that it's still around. But you can see it's pretty easy. A lot of it's just painting. And I don't want to make it sound like it's extremely easy. You got to remember, I've got a lot of time in the editor, so my hand is kind of steady when it comes to this. So don't think just because I'm making it look this easy that it is. This is a lot of practice to get my hand to be this steady. I will tell you that right now. So
So
all right.
yeah, what kind of I think it was more pointing that is, obviously when you create the field,
Yep.
how do you create ones that are non-square? Can you add more points on?
Yeah,
stuff like
yeah.
that?
So what you can do is you can actually, and I'll show you when I pull it back up. You hold the B key. You know when you do the Control B and you're able to just
Yeah.
place points on like splines and stuff, you do it the same way. So like if you
Okay.
want a round field, you can do it the same way. All right, so we've got this field out there. Let's go ahead and turn this off. And then let's say we want to create a field. So it's going to go through, do its thing, bring it up. There's the field. So I'm going to pull this back off to the side. we've got that field highlighted and stuff. Let's say Control B. We want this right here. So it's going to show up as a square field. What I would do is delete this, that, and that. And then you take this here and do, what was it? Control C, Control B. And you can see how, okay. Why is it doing it? Oh, it did it that way. All right, let me back that up. There is a video out there also for that. But is it duplicate? Duplicate that. Okay, now you can go here. And then you do duplicate again. It's going to start making its field. Then you come over here, go like this. Duplicate. Let's say we want the field to come out here. Go like that. Duplicate that. Come over here. So you can see, and like I said, there is another way to do it just by holding it and clicking it. I haven't got to that yet. Control B, the shift, is it not? Let me see. Control Shift B. Yeah, I'm not sure, Reliant. I can't remember how they did that, but you can go ahead and make your odd shaped fields. You can move these points anywhere you want. You can see how they're all showing up as one point there. You can then, when you're done, so let's say that's the field that we wanted, then you can come over here and it's got repaint field, rename field, align poly points. So we're going to go ahead and do that. And it, if I remember correctly, that's what I had to press, and it'll put all those poly points in order. So it's running through its process right now. Select field. Oh, that field. And then align the poly points. There we go. Let's see if that worked. So in the background, it's doing its process and everything like that, and those poly points should change. Like I said, the video is a lot better to go off from than this because I'm still fairly new to it.
Is that the one that's in modding talk?
Yes. JD had put that in there, so.
Okay.
There we go. Okay, so it is aligned poly points 2. And then it went through, and you see how all my poly points are 1 through 6 at this point. Bliss Nell, thank you very much for the follow. I appreciate it. But yeah, so that's how that works on that. Once you know what everything is in here that this can do, it's really good. But to get to this point, the easiest thing to remember is you got to go scripts. You do shared scripts, do map, farmland fields, and go to the field toolkit. That'll pull this up. And then make sure you hit the toggle debug render. Why they call it toggle debug render, I don't know, and everything. But that's the old school way of showing you what the outline is that you're actually dealing with. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to get rid of this field 1. And I'm going to do create field because I want a new field 1. We'll wait for that to render into the map. There we go. So now we'll take this, and where was the area we did? We did this area right here. So now, Control B, we'll put that there. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to open up these poly points just like this. We're going to do 0.1. And I always come down and try to get as close as I can to over top of it. Do Control B just like that. Then we'll do 0.2. This is 0.2. We'll come back down here. And let's see. Control B. We'll put that right there. The third one. is going to be right over here. Come on. All right. Right about here. There we go. We'll bring that a little bit that way. And then we're going to do our last point right down here. Just like so. All right. And then you can just do the fine tuning a little bit, just like that. All right. So now we've got our one field in there that we wanted to put in. All right. So now what I can do is click on fields. I can take this off. All I did was hit the toggle debug rendering because I want that to go away. I do. All right, go away. It takes it a minute on the bigger maps. Actually, it takes it in the whole thing. All right, there we go. So now that is off. That's going to show up as field 1. And then the last things you have to do is the indicator for that field. What I always do is try to get over top of it the best I can. Find the middle, or at least close to it, and everything. The teleport node, that is part of the number node. All right, so now the other thing I want to show you is when the field comes in, I don't know if you can see it, it's awful small, but this is 0.09 HA for hectare. Now what it's going to do is we're going to open this back up in here, and we've got our field 1 selected, and what I want to do is update field size. So it's going to run through the process and everything, and then once it's done, it'll tell us how big that it is.
Needs to be bigger.
Yeah. Well, it probably does. It probably will be too. All right, go ahead and update. There we go. See what happens. Click off from it. Come back to it. So according to this, now it is 0.98. So it's not even a full hectare. So, like I said, it's not a huge one, but I wanted something to be able to start with. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to save this because it is going to take a few minutes to save and stuff. And what I'm going to do is come over and look at this while that is saving. Especially on the 16X, it takes a long time to save. So now I've got to remember, because it has been a while. So I want to say that there was an XML farmlands. So we're going to open this up just like that. We're going to close that, that, and this. All right, so this was all the farmlands that are in there right now. The only thing that we need to keep... Yes, sweetie? What do you want for lunch?
I don't know, PB&J or something?
You want a PB&J?
Yes.
Can you give me a few minutes and I'll go make you one?
Yeah.
Okay. I wish you would have said something. I would have made it earlier. All right, so what I'm going to do is come in here. Oops. What the heck did I just do? There we go. Hit the wrong button. We're going to go ahead and take all of this out. Just like that. And we have our one farm field in here. Default farm property and stuff like that. Price per hectare, that is set at 60,000. So for every hectare, it costs 60,000 for that, which will be fine. It's only one. I already own it. We will save that right there. And let's see how the giant editor is doing. It's still exporting. So if you guys don't mind, I'm going to go make my granddaughter a quick PB&J, and I'm going to let you watch this. And when I get back, we'll jump in and we'll look at it. I know it's not very exciting. Old guy 666, thank you very much for the follow. I appreciate it. But I am going to take a quick break. I know I've only been going a few minutes, but let me take care of her, and I'll be right back, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm not stepping anywhere.
All right, everybody, sorry about that. Okay, did this finish saving? It did. Cool. So now we can turn around and jump in and see what that looks like. And we'll see if we've got a crop on there. So fire up the game.
Happy. I first saw Odie eating stuff on the floor that he pooped.
Okay. All right. Let me see. There we go. Yeah, I don't have any of that stuff in there. Not yet. That's like the last thing you go ahead and put in. I'll hail the chair. That's right. All right. Let's see. I knew it. Because all those other fields. Yeah, I gotta check the other fields out. Let's see. Farm XML, Farm ID, and the Farm XML. I'm trying to remember. There's someplace else I gotta take them out of. That's all right. That's easy. All right, let's see. So let's buy a vehicle. The easiest one. I'm freaking choking over here. Chip went down the wrong throat. No. Chip went down the wrong hole.
You're not supposed to inhale while chewing.
Yeah, I know. Oh, man. All right, let's see. Let's go ahead and drive down here. So I do see the field, which is good. Whether we have a crop on it or not doesn't matter. You don't always. You can set it up to or whatever. But we should be able to go there and see that there is a field. There we go. There is the field. We got the information. And let's see. So that field, it should be on the farmland that's already owned. Yep. So if we wanted to sell it, that's what we would get for a value based off from what it is. So that is good to go. Very nice. So yeah, so this will be up and running soon. We'll figure out what to do with it from there. So, but anyways, I've been messing around with that long enough. I want to get in and just do some playing. So we're going to go in and play on River's Bend that we've been playing on. And we'll see where we're at. I know I got to check. I haven't checked the greenhouses in a couple of days. So, whoop. Back. I gotta pull up the mod folder switcher. And we gotta put it on this one. Then close it so I make sure I get the right folder to load. Otherwise, it's gonna give me all sorts of errors. We don't want errors, folks. Errors are bad.
What if it's bank error in your favor, like $200 in
Well,
the community chest?
the only problem with that is it usually comes back and bites you in the butt. That you got to pay it back. If I didn't have to pay it back, then yeah, I'd be fine with it. How's your PB&J, little one? You like it? You eating the crust? What a good girl. So why do you have Mummy and Mimi cut the crust off? You just like Pappy more? Yeah, okay. All right. So this guy's still going. Oh, that's right. We were doing green beans yesterday because we wanted to test out other things for X-Man's storage that he came out with. So my daughter does the same thing. Yeah. Well, it's funny, E-Bone, because for all of her school lunches and everything like that, and even when my wife makes her a PB&J or her mother, she won't even touch it until the crust is cut off. For me, she just eats the crust and all. So I'm like, whatever. I don't know.
Did you get his mod to load in-game there at NBC?
Get whose mom?
X-Man's.
Yeah. So I've got his mod in.
Okay.
Oh,
Because the
I hit
link
the
he
wrong.
gave, it was a folder inside of a folder.
Inside of a folder.
Yep.
Uh-oh. I screwed up. Oh, no, he's going to pick. All right, cool. Let me get over by the barn. Yeah, so I've got one of his in here. Where'd I? Oh, yeah, it's right here in the middle. I need to move it to a different place. I got potatoes in it. But I wanted to see green beans, how that worked. Now, my question is, each one only does one crop, correct, at a time?
One at a time, yes.
That's what I thought. Oh, I'll have to let him know. The collision on that is a little messed up, too.
It's never really had a collision on it, if I remember.
Well, I thought we used to be able to walk up on it.